Happy Thursday and welcome to On the Move with Nan and Kam. And we're feeling that 10K vibe today.
Yeah.
We're getting excited for training team coming up, starts February 7th.
Yeah.
So we are joined by one of the coaches of the training team today, one of the coaches of the Churchill Crushers. We have Louise Lockett-Gordon with us. She's also former Sports Backers staffer, so it's always nice to have somebody on the pod like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
This is great. So tell us a little bit about how you first got active and kind of your own journey with that, and then how long you've been a training team coach.
Yeah, I mean, many, many moons ago, years ago, I used to run track and play basketball in high school. For those of you who have seen me in real life, I know you're laughing out loud at the thought of my very tall 4'11" self playing basketball. Of course, I was the center. No, definitely not. But yeah, I had a bit of a out of sports season like many of us do, and kind of re-entered after college when nobody is around telling me what I have to do. I had to tell myself that I needed to go get some exercise when I'm not walking on campus anymore. So running felt like a natural re-entry for me to get back into move my body around. So I've been with Churchill Crushers I think since about 2017. So
Okay.
Wow.
kind of on my 10-year anniversary next year with the crew.
Nice.
So,
That's super
I
exciting.
expect
That's
y'all
a
to
long
send me a
time.
gift.
Right.
We'll get Ukrops on that cake. We know people.
There you go.
That's so cool. I feel like so I was a part of the, what's it called? What was the Tuckahoe? The Tuckahoe I couldn't remember it because we aren't at the YMCA. We're at like a church down the road. I was a part of that training team, and it was pretty. I loved it. It was great. I obviously I've talked about it a lot of times. I'm not a runner. I don't run. I hate running. So when I was like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this. I did it because the training team is just like the greatest thing ever. But what is the vibe? Every training team is different. So how many people is your training team?
Yeah, our training team tends to ebb and flow, but usually we sit around somewhere to 30, 40
Nice.
participants. Yeah, I mean it's a good crew. We try to make sure everybody gets to the finish with us for sure. So shout out to Coach Carlos, Coach Monty, and Coach Renata, part of our coaching team. Love them. But yeah, everybody's different. I think our vibe is very much like we're going to do some hills. We're going to crush those hills. We're going to run fast on 10K day and walk back.
Love that. Have they all been, because they were supposed to join us, guys. We're sad. Have they all been coaching has everybody been there for a pretty long time?
Yeah, pretty long. Me and Carlos started coaching around the same time. So we'll both be coming up on that kind of 10-year anniversary next year. And Renata and Monty have been with us for a good amount of time too. Shout out to our predecessors, Priscilla Wright and Dion Wright. They held down
They're great.
Churchill for a number of years. Yeah, they're awesome. We love it.
What does a normal Saturday look like for you guys? Because obviously, like I said, every training team is different. So what does it normally look like there?
Yeah, I mean it's morning time, so it doesn't look like a big smile on my face, but you will be greeted by a smile from Carlos, Renata, and Monty when you show up to the team. We like to start out with a little bit of warm up, a little bit of safety instructions before we get out on the streets. Because of where we are, we like to design our routes to inject a little bit of fun spaces that folks may not have come across before. So maybe we go past Jefferson Park or Chimborazo Park. We might go along the MLK Bridge where we can see the MLK mural that's over there. We have a route that goes through the Capitol Square grounds. It's always a fun one because every year I get at least one person that's like, I've never been on the Capitol Square grounds, so this is really cool to actually go through there. So yeah, we like to keep it keep it different, keep people on their toes.
That is fun. I wouldn't have thought about that, but that is a really fun area. And you don't really have a choice but to crush a hill over there if you're doing that route. No.
You don't. At some point, we're gonna get some elevation, but you know, you didn't die, so it'll be it's all fun.
It'll be fun.
You get to go downhill then. So, you know, best of both worlds.
Exactly.
And I know we like to say a lot too, is like, you've been crushing all those hills and all the miles during training, but then race day is flat. So really,
so flat.
You're just
So
like
you're
super extra
fast.
prepared.
Exactly. Every time we meet is a speed workout. So
yeah.
it's great.
Our new office is obviously on Lakeside, and we went on a run the other day. And
you went up that hill?
We went up that hill. That was we do one of our routes. I live over here, so we do one of our routes is like the route I do from my house, which still has a couple hills, but nothing big. But yeah, we decided to choose violence the other day and just immediately took a left and went up into Bellevue. Ooh. And I'd asked Allison something immediately, and she just goes, I want to tell you, but I can't now. And
yeah,
we're like, okay.
Stop talking to me.
And we all just have heavy breathed for the first stretch. Yeah.
Right. At least you didn't do that.
We can talk about it on a downhill.
Yeah, exactly. You'll come when we get our breath back. So what makes the 10K training team program different? I know you're also a half marathon training team coach as well. What makes the 10K training team program different from others or different from, I know a lot of people who are like, oh, I can do that myself.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it yourself, but I think like part of the secret sauce of a training team is that peer accountability. Like, you know, oh, I don't want to wake up on a Saturday morning when I could be in bed, but such and such that I met last week is going to be there, and we're friends, and I know they're going to do it, so I got to go meet them over there. I think also the camaraderie that you get from like just doing a thing together. Like, we suffered up this hill and we felt great coming down the hill, but we did that together. Right. And like, there's nobody else to talk to about it when you're just by yourself, or to motivate you that you can actually do it. I always find that I do better when I'm running with and walking with people than doing it by myself, because sometimes I'm not a great motivator, but.
Yeah. No, similarly, when I haven't been running like near as much. And when we run once a week the last 2 weeks. And when I did it the first time with the ladies here at work, I was like, guys, I walk by myself. Like, you got to be ready. I'm going to want to stop and talk to this big game about it not feeling easy. And then I felt like I was flying. Like, I was like, this is so, and I was like, it's because I'm distracted.
Right.
It's because like there's people with me. It's exciting. It's fun. Like, I'm not just like listening to my podcast or whatever and like thinking about how I'm tired. Like, I was so much more distracted. It is surprising, even if you've been running for a long time, what a big difference that makes.
Yeah. Or even like,
especially as adults. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say that, like, I don't even know the woman's name that was on my training team last year, but we were kind of about the same pace. We both did like a run walk, and I was doing intervals and I had it timed on my watch, and I hadn't talked to her about this at all. But like, when I would stop and start walking, she would start walking, and I would start running and she would start running with me. And I'm like, this is my friend. I'm like, we haven't said one word to each other, but this is my friend and we're together. And then like, even on the last like push to the end, the interval was over, but I was like, I'm just going to keep running until I get there. She ran with me. No words, just with me. I'm like, yeah, exactly. We're a group.
Yeah.
This is my team. That's my team. So yeah, that definitely helps. Like, just little things like that. And especially, like you said, it's early in the morning, and it's not always going to be like, yay, I'm so excited to be here. Sometimes it's going to be like, no, I don't want to be here. But if you make it there, you made it there. Then you got all those people around you, surrounding you, that are like doing it. And then you're more willing to be like, okay, I guess I can do it. Like, it's fine. It'll be fun.
Or the constant, I'm going to train by myself. Also, then lends to like, well, I'm not going to go until 9. And then you're like, well, I can go at 9:30. Yep. Well, I can go at 10. And then you're like, I didn't go.
Right. Or even me, that we talk about this a lot. Wake up late on the weekends when I'm waking up for my training team and I'm done. I would text Nan and be like, hello, I have the rest of the day ahead of me. Like, I literally am like, I can do so many things. I'm up. It's 9 a.m. Like, I'm already dressed. What the world? Like, I could go do so much stuff right now.
Yeah.
So if you're a late,
But yes, there's so many things that
that's
you could do.
Yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many things you can do, especially if you sleep in on the weekends. A little training team never hurts. You
Right.
get up and ready for the day. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about, obviously I've said a few things about my favorite things. What's your favorite thing about the 10K training team and the 10K itself?
Yeah, I love this question because I love first timers. They are my favorites. Like that's who I live for. And no shade to the season folks. I love y'all. I love when y'all return. Because we need y'all for the first timers.
Yeah,
Because
right.
they don't know what they're doing. Like this is
That's
new.
right.
They're every week they're doing a new distance that they haven't done before. But I love that because it's an opportunity for them to, do something and recognize that it can be done and it wasn't terrible and they can do it again with us. So I love my first timers. And I think just the energy from training team is just great for that. I know I did my first marathon with training team because I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know what that mileage is going to feel like, but I had a bunch of people around me that could help me do that. So I love 10K for that. And like the event itself is really Richmond's like spring opener. Like we are all coming out of winter into spring through 10K, and it's just a big street run walk party. So I'm excited for it every year just because of the energy that everybody brings and the costumes. The costumes are great. I can't
They
wait
are.
to see what people come up with.
They're really great. I always like it. And I think it always like just reminds you like a big event like that, especially after winter time and you're getting excited about springtime is just, it's like a kickoff of festival season. You are like, oh yeah, this town really supports each other. This town really likes each other. And you're like, what a great place to live.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so many people that come out there and not even just to run. I mean, there's a sea of people that are running, but on the sides and like literally from the start on Broad Street and then turning on. And even for the 10K mini, like the amount of people that are out there cheering the kids on, I'm like, this is so cute, guys.
Yeah.
This is the best place to be.
So
I also always think about like it. No. And we always talk about that when you said first timers being at I'm always at the finish and the finish line. Not, I was going to say in the start, but it's finish and starts in different places. Crazy. I'm at the finish, not the start. But you see people that like towards the middle of the pack, into the pack, that like literally didn't think they could do it.
Yeah.
And they are so proud and you can tell on their face and they should be. And you're like, what a good feeling. And to be able to have that feeling on top of being in such a supportive and fun environment is great.
Right.
Yeah.
Best place to be.
Yeah. Not many things like that give you that nice dopamine hit, you know? What is,
can't
so
replace it. Just got to do it.
that's right. So you were saying you've been there for almost 10 years. What is so special in particular? Obviously, you love helping people get ready for races, but that is not all of the secret sauce of why you've stayed for 10 years. So what makes Church Hill such a special location?
Yeah, I think sort of some of the history of our Church Hill location, I really have to give, all due props and respect to Cheryl Lockett-Oliver. When we met, of course, I'd never meet anybody with the name Lockett. So it's like, we are cousins, even though I've never met you in my life. Somehow we're related. But Cheryl was employed with Sportsbackers. She came up with and ran the Kids Run RVA program. But she's just a phenomenal human being. We loved her as Wonder Woman. We lost her to her battle with cancer in about 2014. But she just left an incredible impression. And she had a really huge heart for youth and a vision for making sure that Sportsbackers programming really reached folks and was accessible to our most underserved areas. And so that's one of the reasons why we have a Church Hill location. So like her favorite color was purple. We continue to use purple as our main kind of branding in our little newsletters to our participants and anything that we do. But have to give a shout out and honor her. So yeah, on behalf of our current coaches and of course our immediate past, Priscilla and Dion Wright, we love Cheryl Lockett-Oliver and just value her leadership and her vision.
Alex, her son, was just an intern here. not that long ago. It was crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
loved
that's
him.
He was
lovely.
our summer intern. Was that just this past summer? Yeah.
It was this past summer.
Yeah, it
And
was this past
also
summer.
because I follow him obviously, and I was like paying attention to him and his older brother, who ran his first marathon with like
yeah.
Cheryl's face on like his shirt, I think it was. And I was like, this is just,
Yes.
I don't know. A lot of obviously like you want to remember somebody when they pass away, but just to see him like going out and running 10Ks and running marathons, maybe something that he wasn't doing before, but to remember his mom, I just feel like that.
Yeah.
And now for her, and then for her to like start a training team, and then you still be talking about it years and years later about what she did to pave the way for Churchill that's awesome. I feel like that just goes to show what type of woman she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legacy. We love her.
Yeah. I was just in shock because I was also like, Alex, you don't remember this, but there was a time that you were like 10 and I was like driving like, or not even, younger than that. And I was like, and you came and ran errands with me for work because your mom had a meeting. I was
Sounds about
dying.
right.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't remember this at all, I promise. But he was great. We loved him.
What advice would you give someone who has never joined a training team, has never like doesn't really run, who's thinking about doing it, or maybe just even thinking about doing their first 10K? They're like, should I sign up for a training team?
Yeah, I mean, I think, running, walking, however you plan to move, but like, like Nike says, just do it. Like, don't overthink it. Don't be worried about what time am I going to finish in or whatever. Just sign up is really the first step. Like, if you can have the courage to do that first thing and decide that I'm going to start this journey, then we as coaches are going to make sure that you have the strength to, maintain it and the resolve to finish your goal. So we can get you there. We just need you to come. So come to me.
Yeah. Come on. We have a price hike on the 1st. So everybody get ready for that.
Yeah,
Get signed up before that.
The numbers are looking great. It's looking like the training teams are going to be a huge hit. Everybody's excited to be out there. I'm wondering, like, who's normally our biggest training team? Do we know?
It might be downtown.
It might be, and that's fine. But we love you over in
Come a little further downtown. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And you'll be with the Churchill Crushers. You can see a whole new area of the city that you had not seen before.
Yeah.
Used to live in Churchill, can confirm, beautiful to run in.
Great. I'm
great.
not familiar with the area.
I lived down there right when I first started working at Sports Backers and absolutely loved it. It was like the hot spot at the time, so I couldn't afford to buy a house down there, but absolutely loved it.
Great.
Yeah.
Lots of hidden gems and not so hidden. So yeah, it's a good place to come on over.
Yeah,
you get lots of
and you got cute little
TLC in a
parks.
smaller squad.
What'd you say?
I said you'll get lots of TLC in a smaller squad.
That's
no
right.
shade to downtown. We love all the coaches. As a coach, we know what y'all are doing, the volunteer hours you're putting in. So shout out to all the sites, but come join us at Churchill.
Yeah. I was also going to say that, like, because we touched on it a little bit, that you guys have obviously more than 2 coaches. When you have a team with like that many coaches, people are like, there's 40 of us. Like, no one's going to be paying attention, or like, nobody's going to help me if I need help. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough coaches to be paying attention.
We know your names. It might take me personally a minute, which is why we do, like race bids
name tags
for you put your name on. Yep. So we can learn. But yeah, we care about you. We want to know what your goals are, first time, long time, whatever it is. We can help. We also do on our squad, we have coaches that are focused on running the whole time, coaches who do intervals, coaches who are walking. So like we spread the gamut for whatever anybody needs.
Right.
Nice. That's great. Well, I think you've made a wonderful case for people to come on down to see the Churchill Crushers. Now it's time for some this or that's, which could arguably be the hardest part for you here.
About this.
Yeah. I have one. Do you have any yet, or you want me to
go? I'm working on one.
Okay.
So
okay.
You can go.
They can be about anything. So I know that you are a double dog parent. You got 2 dogs. And what do you prefer? I was just thinking about, like, when we were talking about being active, one of my like big like peace things that I find and like bonding with my 4-legged daughter is we love a walk. The other thing we love is a lazy cuddle puddle on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you prefer couch lay with the dogs or dog walk?
It depends on which dog this is. We're going to take a walk with the girl dog Khadijah because she does not know how to cuddle. We're going to take a cuddle with the boy dog Costanza.
Yeah, all right, that's
All
fair.
day.
You got, see, when you got two, you got one of
Yeah,
each.
too. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good case.
That is a good case.
Our last podcast, we were talking about dogs versus cats, and Kristen was making a really good case for cats, but then she kind of like did it, and I was like,
She was talking about how they don't care what you think about them, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not my energy.
like if you don't want them to do something, they don't care. They're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, Cam's been fostering dogs recently, so she's feeling out the waters.
Yeah, testing.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah,
so-
I'm definitely going to say dog, but cats
So
are
dog.
very interesting. I'll be watching all those little videos.
we
Oh
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of neighborhood cats on North Side too. You know, you can just see them while you're out.
This or that is, I'm saying this just because we were downstairs. They had brought some snacks back from the warehouse, and John Reagan's brought in Oreos and pretzels. So I guess it's not Oreos versus pretzels, but sweet versus salty. If you were running and you're like, I need a little treat, are you going to take a salty or a sweet?
Ooh, I'm going to take a salty because I'm probably losing some salt. Like, it's all about what I need to get in on a run. Like, I'm not trying to, if I'm eating something sweet, then I'm going to want to stay, and then we're not finishing this run. So,
Right.
That's
Like,
fair.
I actually need 3 more of those. Thank you.
right. Yeah.
That makes sense. So we actually kind of had this, we went to something last night and there was a little battle. There was like little packaged snacks and I got some Muddy Buddies. And I was like, Nan, you need to get the Muddy Buddies. There's only 1 pack left. And she was like, I'm getting the Cheez-Its. And I was like,
Yeah.
Cheez-Its over Muddy Buddies? What the heck?
It was like 7. I wasn't ready for dessert yet.
For dessert.
Dessert
You were in
needs
the
to happen for me
mood,
like
you know.
right before bed, last bite. Just
Before
a
you
little
go
hit.
into your coma.
That's right. Yeah. All right. I got after you run. Cameron got me thinking on the food thing here. After you run, little morning treat. We're doing a bagel battle here. Are we doing Nate's or Julio's?
I think I'm
Never
going
been to
Nate's. But
Okay.
also, I actually just want a banana. But
Oh, hey, look at that.
And that's why.
Yeah, that's
She's
perfect.
like, actually, banana.
Banana.
Where's Julio's?
North in Brooklyn Parkway, kind of.
Oh.
Over by the bookstore we went to. I love you so much.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. There's a place that I went with
Okay,
Ashley that
that's
had the espresso lemonade
lemonades.
slushies that were so good.
That you guys were obsessed with.
there's like a lot happening in 1 cup.
Yeah, it sounded gross, and I was like, I have to try it just to try it, and it was not gross. It was good, so I highly recommend.
I was scared. I was like, oh, I'm so glad you guys like that.
Yeah.
I will not be trying it.
But just like 10K, sometimes you got to be scared and still try it.
That's right. Yeah, one of my favorite things is to watch Cameron try foods. We got a couple things she's never had, so it
Freaks me out.
Yeah, got to see her have a raspberry for the first time. That was exciting.
Amazing.
And it's, because it's not even like outlandish, like, whoa, of course you've never tried that. No, it's simple stuff that I'm just like,
An olive.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't
Wait,
like
was it a
olive.
black olive or a green olive?
No, it was a
Green.
green. It was a
Okay,
green
they
olive.
do be different.
They do.
And then that's what they said. They were like, maybe you'll like black olives. And I was like, maybe I won't try these again. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just have to shout out Best Bagels. You know I'm going with neither of those Cupertinos all the way.
Okay.
That is
okay.
far. It is in Short Pump. However,
Oh,
no better bagel place.
All right.
Ever.
That's my parents' bagel place. I haven't been in a really long time. I got to give it another try.
You need to go.
Been on a Baltics kick recently.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. That's
Yeah.
me. Shout out to those guys too.
It was
They're really
good.
Yeah, very good. They're just closed on Sundays, unfortunately.
I don't like that either. Yeah, I respect worker rights, but closed on Sundays.
Right.
Hard.
Come on.
That's what I
well,
want.
like
That
that's
bagel.
not
bagel
bagel
time.
day.
That's
Like, what
prime
are you
bagel
talking
time.
about? It's prime time. Any bakery that's
Yeah,
not
that is
open on
prime
the weekends,
post-run
I'm like,
bagel
what are you
time.
doing? Be closed
Yeah.
on Monday. Like, I don't understand.
I agree. Totally agree. Well, Louise, thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, sign up for 10K training team, YMCA 10K training team. You get a ton of perks. It's all listed on the website at sportsbackers.org. And we have a price hike on the 1st. Training team starts on the 7th. and join the Churchill Crushers if you want to hang out with Louise and Renata and Carlos and Monty. I was trying to remember my last coach's name. So we got everybody there. So yeah. Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Bye.